All right, my name is Joseph Suglia, and I will be reading for you Table 41. This is Table 6, my novel, Table 41. I'm going to be reading Table 6. Looking upward, you see young boys perched on the tops of street lamps. Street lamps that have become leg-tufted trees. Leggy trees. The boys call to you from the leggy trees. You cannot understand what they are saying. What are the boys on the street lamps saying? What are they saying to you? You look ahead. In the middle of the street, there is a refrigerator. The refrigerator is egg white. What is inside of the refrigerator? Within the refrigerator, there are snakes and snake eggs. Snake ova, oviparous snakes. Zagging serpents. Zigzagging serpents, big yellow constrictors, yellow rat snakes are wriggling and writhing over and around the refrigerator. A brood of vipers, you imagine, squirms within the refrigerator, snaky food. There is a fire. There is a garbage can bonfire. A ball of fire crisping newspapers in the garbage can. Crackling conflagration. The flames do not look like tongues. The flames do not resemble snakes. The flames resemble fingers. Fingers of orange crinoline. You are nearing the intersection of Clark Street and Superior Avenue. You hear the approach of a car behind you. You give a sudden cry. The car comes too close to you. On your left, you back away. Swinging around the curb, the sports utility vehicle comes to a halt. The ignition is turned off, and the driver yanks open the door. Turning slightly, you see a man approaching you. The man is the motorist. He is a quadragenarian and blonde-maned, garbed in pre-faded gray jeans, and in a thin black leather jacket zipped to the neck, his eyes shielded by overlarge brown semi-transparent sunglasses. He has the air of an extra from a motorcycle film, a film about motorcyclist zombies. You think him rather affected. You look at the sports utility vehicle. The car is packed with marijuana-smoking humans. They are studying you and yawing. The motorcycle man asks you, "Do you got any money? We run out of gas." "No," you say, "I have no money." The man does not shrug. He says nothing. He simply turns away and says nothing and strides back to the SUV. What use is cash in a world in which money has lost its value? Before you, a wad of snakes is balled up and hissing. In the street, a wad of snakes is balled up and hissing. You slink away from the snaking snakes. You look up at the sky-bound office buildings and imagine that the snakes have invaded the offices too. The snakes have overcome the maze of cubicles. Snakes are dropping over the partitions and plopping onto the keyboards, the papered surfaces of the desks, and the computers, black asps and adders. Walk past the nightclub now. In the nightclub, you imagine, mamba snakes are slithering noiselessly over the catwalk. You see snakes in the grasses that circle the artificial trees. The snakes are throbbing in the grasses and bobbing their snake heads. The snakes are vibrating through the vibrant green grasses. Reclining in the grass is a motionless anaconda. You see the anaconda's head, but not the tip of the snake's tail. You observe a mother and son walking in tandem. A red-headed mother walking down the street, holding the hand of her red-headed 9-year-old son. A nest of snakes is concealed in the foliage past which they walk. A snake head jumps out of the bushes. The young boy jumps jauntily into his mother's arms. You are drifting past a telephone pole. A slithery 8-foot python is wrapping its rubberiness around the telephone pole at an astonishing speed, its skin glistening viscously, a glistening viscous yellow, the yellow of yellow gelato. A slithery 8-foot python is wrapping its rubberiness around the telephone pole at an astonishing speed, its skin glistening viscously, a glistening viscous yellow, the yellow of yellow gelato. Coiling and winding, as if it were a disembodied yellow arm, the python winds and coils around the telephone pole, gripping the telephone pole, swirling around the telephone pole, swiftly ascending, flicking its forked tongue in and out of its mouth rapidly. The green python is spitting venomously, viciously, in your direction. There is a girl, blonde, 21, following you with her eyes. She has V-shaped cheekbones. Her boyfriend is wheeling a shopping cart full of beverages, seltzers, margaritas, wines, Corona extras, out of Superior Wine and Liquor, out of the vacated liquor store. Inside of the liquor store, a boy is kicking the ATM. Twin snakes are parachuting downward in front of your eyes and mouth, describing sinuous patterns in the air, curling their bodies into soft green whips. Avoid the cartwheeling, somersaulting snakes. Now you are walking past a vegan diner. There are teenagers in the vegan diner. Sipping vegan milkshakes, the teenagers are morosely silent. There is no longer anything against which to rebel. The pranksters are now the conformists, and the conformists reveal how neurotic they truly are. You are floating by a butcher's shop. You see a matron there, a matron in the butcher's shop. A boy beside her begging her for meaty meat snacks. She whisks the unrude boy out of the butcher's shop, a sausage-shaped finger indigitating toward the door. In the butcher shop window, tortoise heads are snapping at the meat. The streets are wriggling with snakes. Covering the streets is a writhing serpentine carpet. Slow, dreamy streets pass you. The useless traffic lights are blinking uselessly. Something behind you is hissing. You hear a hissing behind you. You turn around and see a clandestine meeting between two lovers on the veranda of a condominium building, a meeting between two lovers who are entwined like serpents. Do the lovers not see the snakes? Hissing vipers are coiled around the stair balustrade. I'd like to continue, actually. Let me read Table 7. That was Table 6. Let me read Table 7. Again, this is Table 41, my novel. Copyright 2019. Table 7. The crocodiles are snapping at you where you walk. The jaws of the crocodiles move up and down and up musically. Their jaws are snapping at you. They pitch and snap at you, and they snap at the air. Their mouths are open hideously wide. You stare into their gullets, oscitant mouths. There are crocodiles in the 7-Eleven. There are crocodiles in Z451, the swanky steakhouse at 739 North Clark Street. There are crocodiles in Superior Wine and Liquor. There are crocodiles in the Shady Lady Lounge, the wine bar cum bistro. There are crocodiles in Celtic Crossings, the fake Irish dive bar. There are crocodiles in the supermarket. Excuse me, there are crocodiles in the upmarket Italian restaurant, in the nameless fake Italian restaurant, in the genuinely faux ristorante without a name. There are crocodiles in the internet cafe, shuttered cafe, no one inside. A pair of crocodiles sloshes down the wet black staircase of Z451, splashing as they slosh. Crocodiles that should be slew. Splashing as they slosh, splashing as they slosh. Crocodiles slew through the milk and orange juice swirl in the convenience store. The maundering, marauding, meandering, the maundering, marauding, meandering escutcheons are swaying their bodies to the left and to the right. Other crocodiles are lazing and dazing in the plasmatic sun. An escutcheon is probably how you pronounce it. It's either escutcheon or oisutcheon in the Greek, is any alligator, crocodile, or gharial. You lower your gaze. There it is, an African dwarf crocodile. The African dwarf crocodile looses a terrible silent roar and scratches its head with a foreclaw. The African dwarf crocodile is roaring at you. 50 feet straight ahead, 90 degrees. A gigantic alligator is attacking a black car, an unshiny black Mercury. It smashes the automobile with its heavy tail. The angry saurian brings its tail down hard on the hood of the vehicle. The couple inside, the couple with their young boy, the couple is screaming as the alligator is smashing. You walk and walk further and further, faster and faster. The crocodiles are staring at you on the sidewalks. You watch them watching you. They watch you watching them. Gilt-eyed, gold-spectacled caimans are waiting for you. Gilt-eyed, gold-spectacled caimans are watching you. Bony-ridged crocodilians are emerging from cardboard boxes. Bony-ridged crocodilians are emerging from cardboard boxes. A greenish-blackish crocodile lurches from its box and is staring at you. The 6 eyelids of the crocodile unveil themselves one after another. You regard the alligators as they crawl into the hotel lobby. You see the alligators undulating into the hot dog and hamburger joint. Lashing their tails, the alligators crawl along. Their stubbed legs splayed. They walk quadrupedally and silently. Humans are slinging lemons at the parked police van, indifferent to the spreading army of crocodiles and alligators. To your right is a Komodo dragon laying its eggs, draconic lizard. You see a second Komodo dragon wriggling alongside the curb, its lizard tail waggling. It slips through the grill of a sewer grate and disappears. It slips through the grill of a sewer grate and disappears. 2 human lovers, 1 man, 1 woman, are squatting on the curb, watching the alligators, the crocodiles, the caimans, and the Komodo dragons. They are both blonde and tricentenarian, graphic designers manqué. There they sit, holding hands as if nothing had changed, and yet everything has changed and everything is changing. While the animals have proven themselves adaptable to the human world, you notice that everywhere you go, the humans cling to their older forms of existence. Within the hotel restaurant, snapping their jaws shut on the chicken flesh, the alligators are feeding. You cannot see the swimming pool, but you know that there is a swimming pool on the hotel rooftop. The swimming pool, you imagine, is bubbling with alligators, caimans, gharials, and crocodiles, all of them fearsome looking, yet playfully serene. You cannot see them, but you know that they are there, drifting in the swimming pool, the alligators, the caimans, the gharials, and the crocodiles. Walk past the hotel. Go on, keep walking. Look into the window. You notice that the lobby has been transformed into a makeshift cinema set up by the hotel management, perhaps to entertain, to distract the hotel residents. The residents of the hotel are staring at the wall, staring at an apocalyptic film. The film is Independence Day from 1996 or Armageddon from 1998 or some other film you have never seen or no longer remember, projected onto the wall. Caimans, jaws agape smilingly, race for the popcorn sprinkled beneath the gimcrack theater seats. Sinuously, they move. Dragon-like crocodiles are stealthily stealing into the cinema. The patrons do not scream. Pygmy tree shrews are rooting around in the cinematheque, chewing up the seats. Tree shrews are nosing their beak-shaped snouts into abandoned popcorn bags. Keep on walking down Clark Street. Keep on walking southward. Keep on walking. You sidestep the crocodiles at your feet. Crocodiles that no man or woman dare garrote. Snapping, snatching, saurians. A clutch of black, wet crocodiles is swarming about your feet, devouring unfrozen chicken patties after devouring the meat. The scaly predators embark on a journey southward. They are your traveling companions. You lower yourself and palpate the skin of a crocodile. You feel skin of the roughest texture. Well, that was table 7. Why not read table 8? I'm going to read table 8 and maybe even table 9. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. I'm rather enjoying this. I hope that you are too. Table 8. Screeching down the road, a man is being pursued by an angry ostrich. Screeching down the road, the angry ostrich is pursuing the man. The man, you surmise, attempted to pluck the ostrich's black feathers. You cannot tell if it is the man or the ostrich that is screeching louder. See the ostrich chasing the man. You are at the juncture of Clark Street and Erie Avenue. There is a girl and her father, a father and his daughter, a daughter and her father. You presume that the man is the girl's father, though you have no absolute evidence. The girl is wearing pink-rimmed, heart-shaped sunglasses. Her hair is black, drawn back into threads. She is wearing pre-faded blue jeans and a white halter top. She is small and strutty. She is a girl of 19 springs. Her father, if this is indeed her father, is wearing opaque black sunglasses. He has white hair, a white mustache, and a white beard. He is heavy and fleshy. He is wearing a white jacket, a white button-down silk shirt, and white silken pants. He has insta-tan skin, the color and texture of a crumpled brown bag. He is a man of 55 winters. A stately ostrich stands between them, a massive bird with sturdy legs and black and white feathers blowing slowly in the wind. The ostrich looks at you mysteriously. The father does not look at you. The girl does not look at you. The father lifts his daughter onto the back of the ostrich. Straddling the ostrich, she rides. Her long, black, threaded hair is blowing like a flag. She becomes one with the creamy, lithe ostrich. Actually, is that pronounced live? Oh. She becomes one with the creamy, lithe ostrich. The father strikes the tail of the ostrich with a newspaper. The ostrich lifts one heavy leg, demonstratively, ostentatiously, and then drops it back down. The ostrich strides north down Clark Street. You are watching the unpredictable dance of the ostrich, which is dancing unpredictably, raising its rubbery purple legs. Its rubbery pink toes seem to be caressing the ground. Its beak gapes. Its useless black and white feathers ruffle uselessly. The girl yips, yelps, and yodels. The girl yips, yelps, and yodels. As the ostrich strides down the road, the girl strides down the road with the ostrich. You watch the ostrich girl disappear down Clark Street. You look up at the sky. The sky has the hazy appearance of a hazel-colored throat lozenge. Ostriches jolt into view. You are hit by the train of feathers and legs. The struthionoforms surge into you, knocking you to the ground. The ostriches are gearing toward the cars. The ostriches are attacking the cars. Their wings spread wide open. Clambering to your feet, you resume your posture and amble southward. Look at the strutting ostriches. The ostriches are huge sparrow camels. Every ostrich is half sparrow, half camel. Their necks look like their legs. Their necks look like their legs. Long and blood raw. They jump up and down as they strut. Not only ostriches, rheas, cassowaries, and emus are strutting in a parade. In a single formation, they parade past you now. The emus shake their dusty, dusty, loose, hairy feathers as they strut. One more time, sorry. The emos, an emo is something else. One more time. The emus shake their dusty, loose, hairy feathers as they strut. They elongate their necks and then recoil their necks. The cassowaries wiggle their red, fleshy wattles and jerk their casques as they strut. A casque is a walnut-shaped horn. The cassowary is a flightless bird, the largest bird in the world, with the exception of the ostrich. The cassowary's shaggy black feathers are rustling. The bird shakes its red warts, which contrast happily with its blue neck. Helmeted, the sacerdotal cassowary is proud of the casque on its head. The rheas protrude their worm-shaped necks as they strut. Bobbling its many heads, the parade of hieratic birds bounces into the fake Irish bar where the restaurants of Chicago are stupefying themselves with drink. I think we have time for one more chapter. What do you say? What do you think? What do you think, everyone? Well, I had not intended on this, but I think I'm going to be reading for you Table 9 as well. Why not? So far, so good. So I'm going to be reading Table 9, and that will be it. That will be it for this video. Table 9. You push in the door. You are in the diner. No one is here. No human is here. Abandoned plates on abandoned tables. You see spiders. There are wolf spiders dancing on the scrambled eggs. There are tarantulas dancing on the poached eggs and dancing on the sunny side up eggs. A Mexican red-kneed tarantula is dancing on the tubes of sausages. A black widow spider is dancing on the pancakes, which are drowning in a lagoon of syrup. You hear a noise coming from the kitchen. You hear a shock gobble, a loud cutting turkey call. You see the vivid red head and yellow wattles of an Australian brush turkey, funny megapode, popping up its bobbing head. A megapode is a large-footed terrestrial bird. Then the turkey's head disappears. You see another turkey pecking at a meal of scrambled eggs and bacon on the diner floor. Now he struts. His wing feathers barred in black and white, his bright red and blue head sunk into the massive fans of his plumage. The turkey struts. His feathers have a greenish sheen in the fluorescence. There are turkeys everywhere. Everywhere there are turkeys. Them turkeys. Them happy turkeys. You throw your arms around the gallinaceous birds and embrace them lovingly. Gallinaceous refers to the galliforms, ground-feeding birds with big bodies. They are warm. Their ruffles caress you. The male turkeys, the toms, are fanning their tail feathers, dragging their wings, strutting beneath the penis-shaped lights, puffing up their feathers and puffing out their breasts. Excited by the display of male beauty, the hens are purring and yelping. Gobblers are gobbling up the pies and the pastries. They have learned to peck open to shatter the glass display case, using their beaks as blunt instruments. Their brown-black feathers shimmer with an iridescent glimmer. Their bluish bald heads dart back and forth, their heads covered in fleshy red excrescences. Fleshy flaps of skin droop down their necks, orange-red dewlaps. A dewlap is the loose skin around the turkey's neck. Orange-red finger-shaped snoods impend over their beaks. A snood is the fleshy appendage above the turkey's beak. Their dewlaps and snoods tremble, trembling fleshy tremblers. Beards of rough hair protrude from the turkey's breasts. The wild turkeys waddle, shaking their red and blue wattles. Their beards of feathers bristle, their rainbow tufts rustling in the air conditioning. You float out of the diner. Shadows of turkeys are roosting in the black, feathery street trees. Something sweeps out of the trees and you feel the swoosh of wings. A fluffy white chicken flies into your chest. You cradle the chicken in your arms. You embrace the chicken. You caress the ethereal chicken. The chicken coos and moos. You release the chicken. The chicken feathers into a many-feathered tree and finds its roost there. Happy chicken! Cackling chickens are wobbling around, darting their heads unpredictably. The chickens are waddling across Clark Street. A minuscule chicken is coming where you walk. You crouch down. You pet the dirty white feathers of the chicken. You straighten your back. The chicken grooms itself, preens itself, as if for your optical delectation. You smile at the chicken. A motherless baby carriage stands alone in the middle of the street. A motherless baby carriage stands alone in the middle of the street. The turkeys, fanning their tails as if they were so many parasols, lurch toward the baby carriage, surrounding the baby carriage as if they were so many protective mothers. They umbrella the baby carriage with their rainbow parasols. They circumambulate the perambulating perambulator. They circumambulate the perambulating perambulator. A perambulator is a baby carriage. They cover the bantam human creature. You look into the window of the hardware store. Clucking hens launch themselves down the aisles. The toms defecate on the shiny black rifles, which are now smeared with the grease of turkey feces. The survivalists are eyeing the chickens and the turkeys. You drift past the clothing store. Looking at the mannequins in the display window, you sidestep a gaggle of geese. Springing chickens wave their dirty white wings. You look up into the sky. As if they were jets of mango shampoo squeezed out onto the sky's linoleum, streaks of orange are streaming through the clouds. Well, so that is it. So I read for you Table 6, Table 7, Table 8, and Table 9 of my novel, Table 41. Again, there I am, Joseph Suglia. If you're interested in buying a copy of the book, you may purchase it on Amazon. If not, that's fine. If you'd like to, keep on watching and listening. I intend to create as many videos as are necessary I intend to read this entire book in its totality, as long as it is. And it is over 70,000 words long. I intend to create one video every day, which means that I should finish my reading by May 31st, 2020. But I might not. Some of these chapters are exceedingly long. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for listening and or watching. I'll see you in the next video.